In this video, we will cover how to do stoichiometry and how to calculate the percent yield of the product created by the Writing and Tutoring Center at Tacoma Community College. I have a chemical reaction. Sodium reacts with water and produces sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. And the question is, if you have 3 grams of sodium, how many grams of sodium hydroxide will you make? And to make the following steps easier, I'm going to summarize the question as below. And the first step when we are trying to do stoichiometry problems is always balance the reaction. This reaction that they have given us is not balanced yet, so we need to balance it by going through the process that I have mentioned in the previous video. And the link to that video will be in the description box. Now let's stop the video for a few minutes and try to balance this reaction yourself, and hit play when you're ready. And this is a balanced reaction that I've got. Now we can start doing stoichiometry and find how many grams of sodium hydroxide that we get from 3 grams of sodium. And step 2, when we do the stoichiometry problems, is to do unit conversion, converting from the given unit to the desired unit. And in this case is converting from grams of sodium to grams of sodium hydroxide. And the method that we can use to go through this step was also mentioned in my unit conversion video, and the link to that video will also be in the description box. Now let's stop the video for a few minutes and try to convert from grams of sodium to grams of sodium hydroxide yourself, and hit play when you're ready. So the first thing that I always do is to write an equation, which is an equal sign. And on the left side of the equation, I'm going to put out my given unit. And on the right side of the equation, I'm going to put out my desired unit and establish a train track. After that, I observe that I have sodium, but I want sodium hydroxide as the desired unit. So I need to find the relationship between these two compounds. We can use the reaction that we have balanced before to find the mole ratio between these two compounds. Based on the coefficient in front of the compounds, we have 2 moles of sodium, equivalent to 2 moles of sodium hydroxide. And next step is I'm going to find the relationship between grams of sodium and moles of sodium to establish my next conversion factor. And whenever we want to find the relationship between grams and moles of the same compound, we will use the molecular weight of that compound. So I'm going to use the molecular weight of sodium, which is 22.99 grams per mole, to establish my next conversion factor. Next step will be finding the relationship between moles of sodium hydroxide and grams of sodium hydroxide. As mentioned before, I'm going to use the molecular weight of sodium hydroxide, which is 39.999 grams per mole. Now the last step is to check the cancelling unit. Grams of sodium will be cancelled out. Moles of sodium is also cancelled out. Moles of sodium hydroxide is also cancelled out. So on the left side of the equation, we are left with grams of sodium hydroxide, and that is also our desired unit. Now we need to put all of the numbers in the calculator and find the answer for this unit conversion step. 5.219530 is what I got. And don't forget to consider significant figures. We have 3.00 grams of sodium, which has 3 significant figures. So our answer also needs to have 3 significant figures, and that is called theoretical yield. So we have 3 grams of sodium, and through our calculation, we expect to get 5.22 grams of sodium hydroxide after the reaction is done. However, in lab, you only get 5.05 grams of sodium hydroxide. Then what is the percent yield of this compound? I will give you the general formula of finding the percent yield, which is equal to the actual yield divided by the theoretical yield in times 100%. Now let's stop the video for a few minutes and try to find the percent yield from the given information, and hit play when you're ready. From our calculation, we found that our theoretical yield is 5.22 grams of sodium hydroxide. And from the question, they're giving us the actual yield that we got in lab was 5.05 grams of sodium hydroxide. Therefore, when I establish my percent yield equation, I will put 5.05 grams on top and 5.22 grams on the bottom. And this is the percent yield that I got. Don't forget to consider significant figures when you calculate the percent yield. If you have any further question, you can go to the Writing and Tutoring Center for more help. And if you need more practice problems, please refer to the Writing and Tutoring Center handouts on the Chemistry One-Time resource website. Thank you for watching and good luck.